Body in the moment, feeling whatever it feels like to be you right now, and finding some deep self-acceptance, if that's possible, right? We live in such a world of got to change this, got to fix that, this is wrong, this is wrong. But if you can just be in the experience of being without trying to fix or change or, I don't know, heal, but just allow yourself to be. Not that some of those things won't happen anyway, but being in the experience of being with yourself, witnessing yourself without a need to, I gotta fix this, I gotta change it. Take the control freak, pop them into the back seat of the car you're driving, the imaginal car. And let's start. Um, let's start with breath. Let me just see, did I save this? Yes, it should all be working. Starting with breath. Let's start with yeah, I want to actually do kind of more intense, like Bastrika, bellows breath and some small breath holds with it. I've been having pretty intense allergies the past couple of days, and in the past, I found that doing the lymph flush and doing the breath work has helped clear those a little bit. So I am on a tear to help relieve this allergy stuff that's going on for me right now. So we're going to go arms up. I am grabbing with my fingers and then pulling down. We'll do a set of 10. No, let's do 12. And then an inhale and an exhale and inhale, breath hold. Hold for as long as feels good for you. You can hold longer than I'm holding. You can hold shorter. After you finish your breath hold, you're going to slowly exhale with a hiss. Take a short inhale and hold again, or a short one more breath hold, and then we'll start again. Here we go. One big inhale. Exhale everything out. Inhale in and hold. Relax in that breath hold. If you're standing, maybe sit down. If you're driving, don't do the breath hold. Hopefully you're not doing this class while you're driving. Hiss, exhale, exhale. Inhale, a little short breath hold. Let yourself micro move in that breath hold. Let your body be very alive and awake. Waking up the fluid nature of being or the fluid possibility of being. We are bodies of water. We have blood flow. We have lymphatic flow. We have a hormone flow, right? There's a lot of fluids inside our body, the extracellular matrix. So we want to think of that as very alive. It's not a thing that's just over there. It is us. It is our participation with life. Enough talking that you could have done a longer breath hold. Let's go again. Same thing. 12. Big inhale, exhale, and then inhale, hold. Big inhale. Exhale everything out. Inhale in and hold. Get big, expansive, and then relax in that place. Relax your mind. Soft hiss, exhale. Inhale and hold. Micro movement, maybe a little mula bandha, drawing in and up. feeling the energy inside your body. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. Tune into sensation in your body. Tune into your own experience of being. Not the stories, but the actual sensations. And then let that go. Take a little shake out, bounce around. I'm on my physio ball, so I can really bounce. Great for our tissue, great for our fascia to have this kind of rebounding. What does it require? It requires our tissue, our bones to have some elasticity, right? Where as we move, we're building in this idea, oh, this body bounces. So I want that resilience. But we're also moving so that we create the resilience, right? The body learns how to form itself by what we do. All right, third and final set. Here we go. Big breath in. Everything out. Inhale in and hold. Relax. Sit down, lay down. You can try this laying down too. Maybe it's easier to relax there. Feel your vitality. Feel the aliveness, the energy in your body. Slow hiss, exhale. Inhale, hold. Micro move, little wiggles, adjust. Let the inner body be very alive. Let the movement of the spine really come online. Nervous system. You can move into your hands, move into your arms, and let that go. Let that breath go. Shake it out, and we're going to do a lymph flush. So rubbing your hands together. These two things together, I think, are really important health builders, breath work and lymph flush. Right hand on your left clavicle, going above and below, massage. I'm going to sneeze. I can feel it coming on. Yeah, I just been waking up, sneezing, eyes watering, all the things. So I don't know what it is in the air, but something is affecting me. I'm going to take this same one from being here above and below my collarbone, that subclavian vein, up into around the angle of my jaw, right? If it's morning for you, then overnight your glial lymphatic system, the glymph, has been doing the work to clean and detoxify your brain. So we're just helping that fluid come down here and return to the subclavian vein, where it will then go back into the blood flow, filter out through your body. So inviting that movement. And the same thing on the other side. Snot. I feel like I've lost like a pound of weight in snot every day. Same thing on left hand to the right. And once it starts going, like once my nose starts running and sneezing, like it takes a while to calm down again. Above and below that collarbone, but gentle movement, like you're not jamming your fingers into your body. I'm like kind of tree frogging with my fingers along the surface, grabbing with the uh like the skin on skin, which is moving the fascia underneath, going up the angle to the angle of the jaw on that side. Again, just encouraging that glial lymphatic fluid to move down. And then I'm going to pull down around my sternocleidomastoid. We're going to go into the face, coming in just right there above your nose, circles, very gentle, squishing, squish up your face, open up your face. When I say very gentle, I'm not doing it gently. I'm getting in there, but I do it all the time. So if it hurts, don't go so tight or don't go so deep. Listen to your own body. And then you're going to come under here gently. This I am doing more gently. Under your cheekbone, getting in there. Squish up your face, open up your face, lemon, pumpkin. Good. Shake that out. More nose blowing on my part. We're going to do a bunch of energy work as well. Since once you start doing the breath work, you should be starting to feel your energy system, your heartbeat, your life force, the heat of your body. We're going to come into these K27 points. So here's my collarbones. Here are my collarbones. Just down below that, there's a little indentation. I'm going in there and circling. You can try the other way as well, or the other hand. And then a thymus thump with a little Tarzan. Oh, shake it out. Right hand to left armpit peck, back to the lymph flush. There's a good book by Donna Eden called Energy Medicine, which I recommend. All of this lymph flush I learned from Dr. Perry Nicholson. He has a YouTube channel called Stop Chasing Pain. And other side. So I'm like kind of grabbing this and then squishing. Not super hard. Again, it's gentle. Grabbing my armpit, my pec, making a little sandwich with my fingers and getting the meat. The meat and the fluid. And then since we've done a lot of that breath work, we've already really pumped our cisterna chyli. So we're going to do something a little different. You're going to get to the where your ribs are here, and you're just going to take your fingers along the bottom of your ribs and just draw along, in and down and around. So it's like you're doing a little pull with your fingers on the tissue, like you're kind of hooking your fingers in and pulling along. We'll do it 3 times. Third time. Shake it out, and just three or four big deep breaths. Let's do them like a Kapalabhati, where you're the activity is the exhale, and then the inhale just fills back up. So it's and snot goes everywhere, snot goes flying. And then the next 2 places, inguinal fold between your hip bones and your pubic bone, getting in there. And behind the eye of the knee. Good. Now, if you have like issues with your knees or with your joints, you can, or your ankles, you can always do your bouncing on a physio ball. You're not going to have the same amount of impact, but it's going to get your body moving and also give your bones and fascia the information to strengthen up, right? To become a little denser. But I'm just going to do it with a bounce and jump up and down. So I'm getting this jump, rebound, thinking of my bones and my joints to really work as springs. Also relaxing my body a little bit. So you can be bouncing on a physio ball, bounce up and down, giving your body the chance to get stronger because you're requiring it to do something. Let's just work through one foot and the other. So I'm doing this. I'm pushing through my foot and then landing through my foot. Push, land. So I could do this with my legs lifting up, but I want to get my feet going. So I'm pushing off. Push, push, push. Pointing my toes, pushing up. Kind of like I'm going to give something a kick. Strengthening up my feet, my calves, my ankles. And then come in circles with your knees. Let that move through the bones and muscles of your feet. Change direction. And then a little closer together, going in opposite directions. Really mobilizing your feet and ankles. Change direction. So the knee is mostly a hinge. So most of this circling is actually happening in your hip socket and all the bones and muscles of your feet and ankle, which is not a ball and socket joint. It is a saddle joint. But then all that movement is really coming from the fact that there's like 26 bones in your feet. All right, let's go up and down with this. So we're still working with our feet and ankles up and down. I'm just going to shut this window. This curtain, the kitten was in it for a while, so I don't think that makes much of a difference, but maybe it does. The light in here is weird. Probably, there we go, because it's shining right on the computer, up and down. Feel your toes spread out, spread them out. We don't want to have that bunion where your toes are all going back. A lot of tight shoes will do that to you. Think of spreading out your toes. Again, look at some tree frog hands, right? They're not all clumped up. They're open and expansive. We want the same thing in our feet. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And come down, bend your knees, soften, slow straighten, slow press up, come down. If you need to hold on something to balance, go for it. Up and down, bend, straighten. Oh, I see where this is coming from. Do I see where it's coming from? No, I don't. Up and down, bend, straighten, up and down, bend, straighten, up and down. Last one. Bend and straighten, up and come down. All the way down to the floor. If you have a set of weights, grab them so that, or a single weight, whatever you got. We're going to do some stuff with weights for our arms. Okay. Coming in for a landing. Relax into the floor for a second. Nestle into gravity. Bask in the gravitational pull of the earth. That is the catchphrase that I'm seeing a lot of people say online. Basking in gravity. Bask in the gravity. It's not quite the same as the sun, but we can feel it. We can feel our connection to the earth. We can feel our connection to the planet. We belong here. And the proof is you were born. Bend your knees from side to side, letting it go. Gravity says you belong. The proof is the fact that you're here. You haven't fallen off the planet yet. Probably isn't going to happen. Let your legs open and close so you get an inner thigh stretch and then a little hip release, massaging through your glutes. Open it up and close. Relax your feet as you're rolling from side to side with this little spiral. Yummy. Give it some like it's delicious food that you're eating. For me, movement does feel delicious. It's like, oh yeah, that feels so good. Maybe I can take that just a little further or hang out there a little longer. Delicious sensation, basking in gravity with delicious sensation. Good. And coming in, hands by your sides, feet parallel, maybe shoulder distance apart. Lift your pelvis up. From there, we're just going to pull forward and backward. Pulling forward and backward. Probably you'll feel your quads and your hamstrings. Try to get your pelvis right there in the middle so it's not lower than or like the line between your shoulders and your knees is long, even an arc going up, but not dropped down. That's what we're aiming at. Now, as you're doing that, let it massage out your shoulders. Yeah, I'm getting up there in my traps. There's some movement. And then I'm going to take it slowly down to the floor. Deep breath in, arms up over your head. And then the exhale, press your pelvis up, lift your heels, and then lower the heels. Inhale, take it down. Exhale, press up, lift your heels. Inhale, lower all the way down. Exhale, press and lift and lower. Why do we want to strengthen our calves and our feet? Balance, lift, and bone density, right? So that they aren't going to give out on us. Up and down. And also, sometimes when we're having issues with our hips or our lower back, it could go down to our feet or ankles. So we want to bring some awareness into that. How are we standing? How are we walking? How are we bearing our weight? Last one, go up, stay up, just heels down and up. Going 1, 2, keep breathing. 3, 4, try to stay high in the pelvis. 5, 6, I can feel my glutes, I can feel my hamstrings, I can feel my calf. I'm not counting anymore. 2 more, and relax. Roll it down. Land, bask in gravity, wiggle around, let your body soften. Tune toward the fluid nature of your body, the non-rigid nature, right? The parts like fluidity is kind of the opposite of rigidity, right? Oh, I can flow, I can move, as opposed to I'm locking it down. I am stabilizing everything I've got, right? That's a way of not feeling anything, which we can be useful at times. Shake it out, let it go. And then open it up. Bend your knees towards your armpits. I mean, a lot of us have been taught, oh, we have to engage our core. You gotta, this corset way of being in our bodies, corseted by our core. We'll wriggle around, let yourself soften and melt. But remember, not so long ago, women were wearing corsets in the Western world. A very rigid way of being in our bodies, right? Maybe not the healthiest way. Circles with your knees, lubricating up your hip sockets. So a lot of the ways that we've learned to be in our body are cultural, change direction, social ways of being in our body. When should you speak up? When should you be quiet? How should you sit? Sit up straight. It's not that we don't want to have a long alignment of our spine, but we also want to have movement and a dynamic life and vitality in our spine. All right, let's take our arms out to the sides, legs up in the air, going from side to side. Turning your head. Oh, that feels so good. I'm getting like adjustments as I do this. The chiropractic adjustment of movement. If you want to, you can straighten out your legs. Last one. Bring it in. Lower your feet down. Just adjust however you need to. If you have a weight, a set of weights, get it. I'm going to use this 8-pound ball that I have. And you could use a much lighter weight or no weight at all, just bringing your hands together or a set of weights. I'm going to knock my knees together and turn my toes in, and I'm circling around my body with the weight. Big circles, letting this massage out my back, my shoulders, and also improve the density of my bones, right? We need to be able to push, to pull, to have the bones pushed on, pulled on, change direction, go the other way, so that we have really dynamic 3-dimensional integrity in our bones, in the tissue inside our bones, which if you look at it on a microscopic level, or even not even that, but if you can look into the interior, not just the microscopic level, the gross level too, it looks pretty spongy. And what is that sponge filled with? There is fluid in there. And then inside of that, we have the bone marrow, right? And then let's bring it in. Parallel your legs again. Just take your arms up in front of you in small circles. Let the weight of your weight, the ball or whatever you got, a weight, or just your arms, drop down into the floor. Feel your shoulder blades. If they're really bony and pokey, then you might want to lift your arms up a little higher. But you can also let them sink into the floor. So I can push through and my shoulder blades are kind of off the floor and I'm right there in the middle of my rhomboids. or I can sink it down. My shoulder blades are touching. I have enough padding that it doesn't feel too bad. Change direction on top if you haven't. I've changed it already. And then bring it in. You're going to bend your elbows over your head and then take it up to the ceiling. Let's do it like we're going to throw. Bend your elbows over your head, take it down towards your pelvis. Arms go up, slight bend, take it down. If it's too much weight, get rid of the weight. Just moving the arms in different places. We're going to change it. You're going to go on the diagonal. You're going to take it up to high corner and then crossing to a low corner. Up to a high corner, crossing to a low corner. Let's go 4 on each side. 3, 4. And then take it to the other diagonal, high corner to a low corner. Up over your shoulder, down by your hip. Up over your shoulder, down by your hip. Up over your shoulder, down by your hip. And bring it in. Relax for a second. Breathe. And we're going to do one more thing. If you have a block, you can use your block. You can also use a pillow. I think in this case, I'm going to use 2 pillows. I do have a block, but you could also use a foam roller, but that's going to give you, it's kind of going to be too big, or a ball. Be creative with your stuff. I'm going to take these 2 pillows, put them down. Oh, I have this other ball, this semi-squishy ball, which I may switch to in a minute. I'm going to take my back. I'm going to put this under. And then just open up. Oh, this is actually perfect. It's not too much. It's not putting my body in like a, oh my God, I got to fight against this. I want to be in a place where my body says, oh, I can relax into this, where I'm opening my chest and my lungs. Breathing into it. If you need extra something behind your head, you can have it. But ideally, we're letting the whole spine arc in this way, arching. Breathing into it. Let your armpits open up. You can bend your knees if that feels better. Maybe a little bit of pull and push with your heels or with your feet, just giving yourself a little bit of a wave movement, not a lot, just a little bit. Encouraging some spaciousness inside your body, openness in the front of the chest, in the front of the heart, in the front of the lungs, in the front of the diaphragm, letting it open up. Especially if we spend a lot of time on screens like contracted in, we want to make sure we give our body a chance to open back up. Melting. If we were doing like a restorative yoga class, yin yoga class, we might be here for a very long time. You can stretch in there a little bit if that feels good. Reach your arms up or not. Let your head and neck release. Let your jaw be soft and loose. You can turn your head gently from side to side. Soften your eyes in your head. And then we're going to come off of that. Gently take out whatever you have underneath you and come back into the ground and bask in gravity. I just feel like it's just funny when there's a catchphrase. I like to say nestle into gravity, but maybe basking in gravity is a lovely thing to do. Oh, me and the gravity, it just feels so good. Well, it's what helps us know that we're here on the planet, right? That's how we can ground our energy by going down to the ground. We know where it is because of gravity. We know up and down because of gravity. Hands behind your head, elbow to knee, one leg in, one leg out, going 1, 2, bask in gravity, get down on the floor. You already are on the floor if you're doing my class. Cross body movement, contralateral movement. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Turn your head from side to side, let it go. We're going to do the roll onto one side and push to come up and then take it back down. Roll to the other side, push to come up and take it back down. Roll and push. So even as we're rolling, we're giving our body weight to the floor This tells the tissue in our body to become more resilient as we roll across. We're rehydrating things, we're shifting our relationship to gravity. Ideally, we're pouring our inner body from side to side, coming up. We're going to take it a step further. So instead of just coming onto your side and coming up from here, let's go to another step. Come onto all fours, curl your toes under, take your knees off the floor. Drop your knees down. We're going back down to the floor. Rolling to the other side, coming up onto all fours, curl your toes under, take it down, sit, roll, right? We're just adding another step. This is all mobility training. Oh, I could get up really easily from here. And I could get back down from here. I can sit, I can roll. More and more ways of coming up and coming down are going to be helpful should you fall. Your body's going to go, oh, I know what to do here. I just crumble and roll, right? Up, I come down, I roll. I don't fight against it. And because we've done it, the tissue and the bones have the density to do it, right? You are training to be able to get down and get up. I can get up. I can get down. I can roll. All of this stuff. If you look at babies learning how to move, that's what we want to do again when we get older. Make sure we still know how to do that stuff. All right, that's enough of that. I highly, 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 highly recommend that you have some practice every day of getting down to the floor and getting up. Do it 10 times. You will live longer. You will be more agile. You will be more, well, I can't guarantee any of that. Something else might happen, but there is a correlation between being able to get down to the floor and get up and longevity. Also grip strength, right? And it's not because your hands are so strong. It's because if your hands are strong, the tissue is also going to be strong. Your nervous system is going to be stronger. Your venous system, your vascular system is going to be stronger. All right, coming onto your belly. I know people have some resistance to this kind of arching, but this is the antidote for sitting there looking at your phone, right? This is back strengthening. This is how we do it. Even if you don't go high. And does this feel difficult? Yes. Is this challenging? Yes. Lean into the challenge. Love the rhetorical questions. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, take it down. Might feel like you're not going anywhere. That's fine. Exhale. Might be you just go here. That's fine. Baby cobra. Take it down. This is extension of your back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale. We're also opening up the front. Exhale. We are shifting our relationship to gravity. We are basking in gravity in another way. And inhale. Arch, come all the way up. Use your hands. This all the way up might just be to here. That's fine. Work with what you got. Lengthening out the spine, opening up. Wherever you are is okay. That's where you are. That's what's happening. It's okay. Then we're going to come up. If you want to, you can bend your knees, bringing your toes towards your head. Yes, this is a more advanced version, but I'm stretching the whole front of my body as I come in there, right? Last one. Take it back. Child's pose. Surrender and melt. Shift around, free up your spine, free up your head-tail connection, relationship from your tailbone through the crown of your head. Let it move. Wiggle. Find different ways of moving it. And bring it up. And we're going to do tricep push-ups. If this is hard for you, here's your alternate version. I almost never give this, but I'm going to give it now. You put your hands on the wall and you go in and out there. Elbows are close to your sides. I'm doing it here. Kiss the wall, push away. Right? So that's a tricep push-up with my hands close by. More of a pec push-up, I would open wider. I'm going to do them on the floor. I'll just do 10 regular ones with my knees on the floor. No extra frills. Off we go. Going one. From standing or from the floor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. We're going to do a tricep stretch, but first we're going to internally and externally rotate our arms. Find that spiral from your fingertips into your collarbones and scapula, right? What's under your collarbone? Subclavian vein. What's happening down there? The lymphatic fluid is coming back into your body. We're awakening that whole spiral to the other side. Shake it out. You're going to take your hand, try to touch the back of your neck, hand down, elbow drawing in. Your chest can lift. A little bit of turning from side to side. Push into your arm with your head, and then switch it to the other side. Hand is touching my back. I'm turning from side to side here. We're opening at the back of the arm, tricep. Circle your shoulders, let it go. Go the other way. And then we'll do a forearm release. So you're going to come onto your elbows and knees, externally rotate your hand, internally rotate. I'm pushing weight into my forearm, so I'm getting a massage in my forearm. First, I'm doing the roll, then I'm going to come, grab in, lower down, flip it, say no, hands down. Come on, no. Bring it in, no, right? Yes, no, yes, no. And from there, let's do an arch and curl. Just rounding, arching and curling, soften, elongate, push with your elbows. And then we're going to take our toes, curl under, and take it into this position. If that is too much for you, leave your knees on the floor. If you can, bend one knee, bend the other. Half stretch, tail to the ceiling, butt up, heels towards the floor. Pushing with your arms, pushing with your hands. And then fold and bring it down and release, right? Working for some movement in that rotator cuff, movement. Again, there's all that lymph in there, right? So a lot of this movement, this is how we connect, like, oh, we did the lymph flush. Now we're really working in that armpit area. So let's say there's still something a little blocked. The movement is going to offer some internal massage. Let's come onto a side plank, forearm and knee, arching back, elbow to knee. Inhale, exhale. Open into the back space. Close it in. 4, 5, 6, head, tail. 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch it around to the other side. Is it easy to move from side to side? If not, then we want to work more on mobility. How do I get from here to there? Not just doing these exercises, which are great for a lot of things, but they're not focusing on how we move in the world, right? Let's take it into the arch and curl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and come down or come up, depending on how you look at it. We're going to just roll through, massaging through one glute and then the other. I'm leaning back. I'm rolling across my hip and my glute. I'm going to stay on one side and kind of squish around, moving the tissue in my butt cheek, right? What's in there? Got a piriformis, glute minimus, maximus, medius. Same thing on the other side. I don't think I'm quite getting up to my glute minimus, but by moving all the other tissue, it's going to move the minimus, even if I'm not on top of it. And then come into a cross-legged position. Let's take it forward. Let your head drop. Shift your head gently towards one knee and then the other. Soft and easy. Let go of tension. Free up your spine. Relax your jaw. Relax your face. And then come in and change legs, non-dominant leg in front. Same thing, shifting from side to side. And then come in and roll it up. And let me do a quick time check. Ew, we're doing very well. Let's stand on our legs. Take our butt up to the ceiling. Open your feet wide. Let your head hang down. Bend one knee, bend the other. Let your spine release, just shifting from side to side, shifting towards the leg and then towards the other leg. And we're going to do this hamstring quad thing, which you're going to do it at whatever level you are. It could be just you're going like this, flexing one foot, flexing the other. This would be the easiest version. Harder, you're coming down and switching to the other side. Just shifting your weight from side to side, coming into that flex with or without your hands, right? The hardest would be doing it with no hands and coming all the way down to the floor. You may or may not want to do that. You might just be here. This is fine. Whatever one you're doing is what you're doing. It's okay. We're not always going to the hardest position. We want to work our way there, but it may be somewhere we never arrive at. Good. And come in, lay on your back, bask in gravity. One more opportunity to bask in gravity. Ah, from this position, we're going to do a quad stretch. By rolling onto one side, taking it back, grab your pant leg, grab your sock, grab whatever you can, just take that leg back. I'm kind of moving between heel to my butt and pushing back. Heel coming in, pushing back. In and back, in and back. And then I'm going to turn it in and out just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to release, roll it to the other side. Grab your pant leg if you can't grab your foot. Grab your sock. Taking it back, heel in toward my butt, knee moving back, heel move back, bleh, moving back and forth with that. Heel in, and then taking it further back, kicking back, in and back, in and back, and then internal and external rotation. And release, and come onto your back. Let's end it with a happy baby pose. Breathing into it. Straighten your legs if you want to, bend your knees, wiggle around, free up your body, let go. Taking in the space inside your body, the space outside of your body, and noticing that both of those spaces aren't different space, and they're also both happening within your awareness. It's you taking in this outer space, it's you taking in this inner space. It's the timeless part of you that has always been there. Breathing into that awareness. Soften your head and neck, just turn your head gently from side to side. And then you can roll onto your side, push the floor away, and come all the way up to standing in whatever way you can get up off the floor, right? That's the skill we're working to build, getting up and getting down in multiple different ways. Inhale, open, reach it out and up. Exhale, feel the space around you, big expansive space, open. The space that I'm moving in is not different than the space that isn't my body isn't in, right? Like if I'm moving through it, I'm not replacing the space. I'm in the space. And the space accepts everything. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, let it go. Space isn't fighting anything, right? It's there. and we are in it. We're moving through it. And ultimately, it's a concept of the way that we talk about the world and existence and being. My deep thoughts for the moment. If you have made it through, you win the prize. Yay! We win!